It's Madden NFL 24, where division rivals will clash in the AFC East. It's the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here is 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Taken from just outside the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former 2nd overall pick, now in his 3rd season out of BYU.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Bruce Hall. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. To throw is Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. The 2 Wilsons, Zach and Garrett, teaming up there. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. That one goes for 24 yards.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards? Did you have one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers? And, you know, you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end Smythe. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. Now a 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. And even 40 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 21. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the Dolphins' 13-yard line.
Now Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard from 13 yards out. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0.
Dolphins nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Tua now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Quinnen Williams. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. John Franklin Myers. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt. 3-yard return, and the Jets will take over. New York's offense back out there and set to go. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
At the Jets' 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he completes it to Berrios. Touchdown! Braxton Berrios, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Now on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running. Because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Jets. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the 2nd level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the 2nd level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Dolphins 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now here come the Dolphins. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here's Jake Bailey now. Fielded at the 33. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yards.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime with a apologies to coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
It's second down.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Tua going to throw. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
That's taken on the 25. And there he goes again. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Achane here, they stay on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter, but you're still in the third quarter. Rush coming, and he's taken down. C.J. Mosley able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Ball on the play. Recovered by the Jets.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
At the 3-yard line.
Cook. will score. Touchdown, New York. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Tua completing this to Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And the defense closes quickly there. And he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 57 yards. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Allen Lazard and the Jets set to go back on offense. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Hall again on second down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hall. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out on the field already making plans for the evening.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.